Hello guys! Today we are going to continue stitching those beautiful mushrooms. Today we're going to stitch pretty easy elements like leaves and maybe some berries. Let's start. And I started by choosing the colors. You can find exact colors in my PDF pattern by the link in the video description below. I'm just using the colors that I have that are similar to those that I mentioned in the pattern. So those are like close colors from the pattern. This is Encore embroidery threads that I have in my stash, and there is one more option to make a combination of yellow and this orange, which may look really cute for those teeny leaves. And I will probably go with those two colors because it will add more contrast with my fabric that I'm using right now. This is linen and it's actually not white. If the fabric was white, I would probably use those colors, yeah, I really like this color combination. And for the stems, I'm gonna use this color, the same color that I was using for the outline for the mushroom stems. So this is how my mushrooms looks like right now. On the weekends I was stitching the third mushroom over here. And yeah, it's time to stitch the most enjoyable probably part. Truth be told, I was enjoying stitching those mushrooms as well, but they were a little bit complicated, you know, a little bit challenging. But right now it's time to relax and stitch something simple like leaves and berries and stuff. So it's gonna be really relaxing and enjoyable. So I will start from this color. It's just light yellow, and you can use your own colors that you have in your stash. It's not a problem, and just use what you have, what you like the most. Maybe you like even more yellowish colors. Just look around, it's autumn, and look around what inspires you, which leaves that you can find, which colors they are. Just be inspired by nature and turn on your fantasy and it's gonna be really beautiful. I'm sure any colors you would use, it's gonna look really gorgeous. So I'm gonna use 3 strands of floss. Right here I have 3, and I'm gonna use a little bit bigger embroidery needle. It's a medium size of the needle from the set that I have. These are the needles that I use in my work. It's DMC embroidery needles from number 3 to 9, and right now I'm using the medium size, like probably the next from the smallest needle right here. This is my needle right now. Yeah, I made this pincushion a few years ago. It's a really autumn inspired pincushion. I really love it, and I use for my autumn projects. And I like that I can switch to another pincushions, another needle minders, like the ones that I use right now. This is from Floral and Floss. Okay, so I'm gonna start probably from those leaves, and the half of this leaf is lighter yellow, and the half of this leaf is gonna be this one orange. And it's gonna be just a regular satin stitch, and I'm gonna start this thread without any knots. I'm just gonna make a running stitch like this, and this part is gonna be covered by my future stitches. And I like to start from the top of the leaf and move down. I'm not gonna do any outlining. I don't need the sharp edges for my leaves because the edges is usually not sharp, so they will look really natural. And using 3 strands of floss, I will be able to stitch them really fast. So I finished this sleeve and I can jump to this one. In order to not make such a long distance between your stitches, you can jump closer, like right here, and make little short stitches like this until you reach to the point that where you need to start your thread. So this way your thread will be safe from any damages from the back side, so I like to do this way. I don't like to jump far away with my thread. Let's try this color. This is a really cute and bright color, and it's a little bit muted, so it's perfect for autumn. Check your embroidery stash, maybe you have even better colors, so just use them. I don't mind if you use another colors. It's even more exciting to see my embroidery patterns stitched by others and how they use their own colors. It makes this embroidery hoop more personal, and you put your imagination a little bit about the colors. For leaves, I have video tutorials on my YouTube channel, and you can find a lot of tutorials how to stitch the leaves, a lot of ways how you can stitch the leaves, and maybe try those. And here, instead of just plain colors, you can use some varied threads. It will make your stitching process even more fun, because I really like to use some varied threads. Maybe you have some autumn inspired varied threads with some fun autumn colors. Definitely try those for those leaves. Satin stitch is really simple stitch, and the main thing that you need to make sure that you are following the right stitches direction. So as you can see, my stitches direction going this way, they are diagonal, and they follow the same direction of the veins for the leaves, as you can find the leaves in the nature. The main thing that you shouldn't make those stitches like horizontal, like this, from here to here. It will not look great. Try to make them diagonal like I do, and just make them close to each other. I love the contrast between the orange and red, and the more different colors you can add for leaves and everything around, the better. It will add a lot of contrast, and it's gonna be so colorful, like in reality when you go out and you see all the autumn colors. Enjoy until it will not fall off from the trees, because it's really soon they all fall out and you will not see them anymore until the next year. If your middle part right here doesn't look perfect like mine, don't worry. You will be able to cover this part with a few stitches using the dark brown color later. I will show you how. Okay, this is done and we can switch to the next color, and this is a dark brown that I'm gonna use for the veins and the stems. So I'm gonna take only one strand of floss and I put it together, so it's gonna create two strands and the loop like this, so I can start stitching using this loop. So I'm gonna start here, that I'm gonna move down and I will move here, and from here I will move here for this leaf. So I have a loop on the back side and I'm gonna do a stem stitch right now. So I will start from the loop. So I'm gonna go ahead and stitch all the rest leaves that I have for this color. There is one leaf right here, and there is one more right here, and there is one more teeny right here, and I will be back to you once I stitched this all. So I'm back and I stitched all the leaves that I was showing you yesterday, and here is how it looks like. And today I'm gonna be stitching with you those berries and those leaves. And I was choosing the colors today, and I decided to stitch the berries using 3 different colors in the same color family. So I will do it like, for example, I will stitch those 2 berries with the darkest shade, and then the next berry is gonna be this color, and the next one is gonna be the lightest one. So it's gonna give you an effect of realistic berries, how they look in real life. Some berries are lighter, some berries are darker, and at the same time on the same branch. So this is how I will do. And for the leaves, for those leaves, I will use this color, and the stem is gonna be this dark one. So this is a combination of the colors for those leaves that have rounded shapes. I started doing the stems using this color, but later I decided to replace it for those stems using, and I stitch it using this color, and I really like it more when it's little bit lighter than this one, and I like how it looks, so I'm gonna leave it like it is. So this is the color that I was using for the stems right here, and I will provide the final color palette when I will finish this embroidery, and I will post it on Patreon, and I will update the PDF pattern, and I will send you the updated PDF pattern to your email if you purchased it on Etsy, for example. So you will get it. So I'm collecting all the colors that I used in this plate. And regarding those yellow leaves, you can play with some variated colors. You can choose your own colors. For example, you can use Cosmos Seasons, like this one. It's gonna give like a fun effect, and each leaf will look differently. And you can also play with this color. You can try a few leaves and see if you like it. And this is also a nice autumn color. This is DMC. And if you choose some variety threads, this is DMC as well, but the color changes slowly, so it will give you also a nice effect. Just start from the lightest color on the top and move down and switch to a next leaf and the next leaf, and each leaf will give you different shades. Like this will be more orange, this will be like medium color, and transition to darker orange, and the next one is gonna be a darker orange. You can skip leaves, like for example start this one, this is gonna be the next one, and this is gonna be the third one, the darkest one, and then start another thread with the lightest color and stitch this one, and this one. So you can play with this way. This is how it looks when you will be stitching. For example, this is a big leaf, and some threads they give slow color transitions, and for this big leaf it's perfect. I think it's just the perfect colors for this, and it's just a satin stitch, but it gives you an effect of some long and short shading, you know. And here is an example of another variated embroidery threads, and this is too big leaf for this. If this leaf was smaller like this one, it would be perfect. See? So if you see that the color changes too early or too slow, just play with this. So let's start stitching. Yeah, I probably will be stitching this, the berries on this side, because it's smaller and we will finish it faster. So there's 3 berries, and one is gonna be darker and one is gonna be lighter, and the lightest one. I'll start from the lightest one, this color. This is 3 strands of floss, but first I want to make an outline using only 1 strand. Or you can add outline after you finish the entire berry using darker color. Like for example, you can stitch the background with this one and outline it with this one or this one. Or you can do some long and short shading, but the object is too small, and I'm not sure that it's gonna be easy to do, but you can try. And I'm switching to 3 strands of floss. If you want to make your berries like volumetric, you can add some piece of felt and then cover it with satin stitch. Those berries are too teeny for this probably, but you can stitch in another direction using probably maybe 6 strands of floss. Make a few stitches inside and then you can cover it with satin stitch and in another direction like this, and your berries will be like a little bit volumetric. So I go outside of my outline really close, so this outline is going to be hidden under my satin stitches. Okay, so this is done. It's already a little bit volumetric. You can add even more volume if you will add some felt or inside stitches. And when you add some stitches, it's called a padded satin stitch. I will show you right now on the example of with another berry. So this is the next color that I will use. And I take all 6 strands of floss, and for this I need a bigger needle with a bigger eye. I don't want to make any knots. I will try to start with running stitch. Let's see if it's possible for 6 strands of floss. Okay, so I will do a few stitches like this in this direction, because my next stitches are going to be this way, and you don't need to put your needle right on the edge. Do it a little bit inside of this area. I think just 3 stitches gonna be enough. I will take 3 strands of floss and I will do the same way like I did here, but you will see how much volume it will give us. And I will probably need to start my thread like right here, close to the place where I will be stitching, because there is no free space for this. I promised myself that I will start each of my threads without knots. If you want to see my backside, I can show it in my Instagram post, just let me know. So from here I can jump to this place. I didn't do any inside outline this time. I will try to make my edges smooth, but in addition you can do the outline as well, just like I was showing you with the previous berry. So this is called padded satin stitch, and you can use this method to make volumetric objects like this. And it's really cute. This is already like a berry when you can touch it, you know, and on the back side it also volumetric, so it looks like approximately the same way like in the front. Let's stitch the third one using the darkest color. I really like to touch it. There are so many options actually how you can do it. How would you stitch those berries if it was you? If you have some other ideas, please let me know in the comments and we will discuss it. I think it looks really nice, and yeah, maybe I would stitch 2 berries with this color and 2 berries with the darkest color on this side. I will try and see how it looks. Probably this berry is too light. I may probably cut it out and make this one instead of this one, so it depends. Yeah, I try it and I see right now how it looks, if I like it, if I don't like it, so just you are free to redo it as many times as you want. So I'm gonna finish this thread later and I will switch to the leaves. For the leaves I chose this color. It's 352 by DMC, and I'm gonna use 3 strands of floss. It's gonna be just a regular satin stitch. I need to follow the shape of this leaf, and so I'll start from the center. I will make a stitch and I will move to the right and to the left and make stitches. First 3 stitches can go into the same place right here, but probably the next one I will make shorter because I need to turn the stitches direction, because this leaf is a rounded shape. And now I will do a longer stitch and I go almost into the same place right here, but a little bit down. And now I can follow the same direction and fill this leaf. You can use some varied threads to make those leaves look more fun. I like that in the autumn the variety of colors can be really big. It takes some time to stitch all the leaves, but it feels really meditating. Okay, so the final touch is gonna be the stem, and I'm gonna use the darkest color for the stems. and this is gonna be this one, and I'm gonna use 2 strands of floss, and I will stitch the stem using stem stitch. I keep my loop on this side because this line is a little bit curved into this direction, so I want my stem stitch to lay down nice. And I'm gonna make 1 stitch in the center here for the leaves. You can go with split stitch sometimes. In this case I'm gonna do just a straight stitch or a split stitch. And yeah, I'm gonna make a few stitches right here with the darkest thread and only 1 strand, and this looks completed and really nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and stitch the berries and leaves on the right side, and this is how it looks right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and stitch this part and this part, and there is 1 more leaf right here, and I will be back to you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and maybe watch some other videos on my YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!